Hi, today we're going to talk about enabling and using the user interface text function inside of a sandbox in the HCM environment. Let's start by logging in to your HCM environment. You need to have an active sandbox enabled with the correct tool in order to use this functionality. I have my sandbox enabled, and I can tell that because I have this yellow bar across the top of my screen. It has a sandbox, and if I click on Tools, I can see the user interface text is an option. If you need to understand how to create the sandbox, activate it, and add the user interface text functionality, please see one of the previous videos. I'm going to go up to Tools, and I'm going to click User Interface Text. Once I do that, the screen is going to change to the user interface text and default to search and replace. You do have other options along the left, including a history tab, as well as an export tab and an import tab. Export will export any text change you've made in your environment into a file. I like to open that file in either Notepad or Notepad++ to view all the changes. You can also import changes from one system to another. However, it does have to be a specific file type. Let's look at the search tab for right now, and we're going to do a search and replace. If there's a word that you'd like to replace in the system, you would type in that word and then type in the word in the replace section of what you want to use to replace that word. You have several options, including match case, which means it's going to match whatever is capital or lowercase. So it's going to find this word exactly. You also have match complete word or phrase. If you're looking for a specific word, like maybe the word fun, you don't want it to bring back things like fundamental. So if you match complete word or phrase, it will bring back only that word or only that exact phrase that you add. I'm going to just try goal and replace with objective. These three boxes are checked by default, and I usually just leave those checked there. We'll look at those a little bit later. Once you've put in your words, you're going to click search. This type of search often takes a while, so I'm going to pause the video until the search has returned. You'll notice the search results have returned. For this specific search and replace, it came back with 753 items. This is a pretty big search. It lists out the search word or words that come back or phrase and what it would replace it with. If you do not want that replacement to exist, you can actually click the box and it will exclude it. So this is a little different. Normally you click the box to include it, but here you're going to click the box to exclude the change. Once you go through the list of all your changes, you can click Replace Strings. What that will do is it will replace everything in these boxes with the new text in your system. One of the things to note is that while you have to create a sandbox for this environment, you have to make the change in the sandbox. Most other changes that you make, especially with Design Studio or Page Composer, don't take effect until you publish the sandbox. User interface tech changes take place immediately. You do not have to publish the sandbox right then and there, but they will take effect immediately. You also have several tabs up here. You've got your user interface text tab, you've got your global menu label text tab, and you also have a messages tab. The messages tab identifies the word inside messages and what that will be replaced with. So note, it's not just the user interface text, but you could also have global menu label text as well as message text. Once you're done making those changes, you still want to go ahead and publish the sandbox, but like I said, the changes will be made effective immediately.